Hi, and welcome to Inthevalley. I'm here with the Blank Minds. Woo! And
What
we're
up?
here at Pop Studios in this lovely, beautiful place. Like and subscribe our channel and everything, and you'll get to win this beautiful donut and whenever it comes out. And take us away, guys.
It's not poetic. There's some things on my mind I think someone should say. Oh, it's hard to write pop songs that revolve around something other than fucking. You guys ready? Here we go. Oh, I'm struggling with filling my mind with things with my time, things with my get them behind these problems inside these problems we find. I'm struggling with filling my mind with things worth my time, things worth my time. These problems inside these problems. I found that people that wanna sing fast or flex on the fact that we don't think, just react. And I'm totally impressing you with things that I wanna do, just hoping to get the message through. I'm really not that cool, I don't like better just insecurities are the most deadly disease. No, oh,
You're breaking the mic.
I know. Struggling with filling my mind with things with my time, things with my soul. You think I'll just forget them mind these problems inside these problems we find. Oh, I'm struggling with filling my mind with things with my time, things with my soul. These problems inside these problems we find. So I have this constant fear that I'm not good enough for this life you choose to live. Hey, so if you need some clarification, I know lots of people do. I didn't choose to be this way. And no, you can't fix it, although I'm sure you'll try. Oh, hey, you say I'm just rebellious, but I can face the real types. Hey, I'm watching the tide again. I'm feeling myself drown again. I'm a fool for giving up on you. Everybody, let's go. Sing it with me, Jenny. Ryan, hit it. I'm struggling with filling my mind with things with my time, things with my time. Think I'll just forget them mind these problems inside these problems we find. I'm struggling with filling my mind with things with my time, things with my time. These problems inside these problems we find.
All right, that was rough, but it's better than nothing. Shouts out to better than nothing.
I get excited.
They caught me off guard, dude. They were like, just jump.
Sound pretty nice. We had a little. Was that the cord? Was that the cord? The mic?
Yeah, he breaks everything.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Tornado. Flynn's a human tornado.
Turns
It's
out
all
the
right.
cord, the mic. So, Double Blank Minds. Tell us a bit about your guys' selves. What's your guys' origin story?
Flynn, take it away.
So we actually went to elementary school together. Then he went away, and then he came back to our high school, and I was like, this kid is the coolest kid I've ever seen.
That's a lie. I also went
This
to
is
the Bay.
not a lie.
Oh,
I literally thought he
alright.
was so cool, and I was like, let's be best friends. So I was like, I'll trick him into playing guitar with me,
You
and
did.
that's how we'll be friends. And that's how like that started. And then we met this fool at Hamilton High School, and he was like the best drummer I'd ever seen. I was like, bro, we got to get this kid in. So we somehow got him in.
He took a bus, like 2 buses to get to our first practice. He wasn't even driving yet. He didn't even know us yet. He's just like, I love music. And we're like, we feel that.
He skateboarded for like 2 miles. Yeah. And then I don't know. One day we just like opened the door, and he was like on the doorstep. And we were like,
Yeah.
So.
Imported.
Came from just like Amazon.
Yeah, like I guess on a serious note, like most of our growth as a band has been I'm transgender, and that's like something that we talk about a lot in our music. And I came out about like about a year ago, January, and that's like I started writing more songs about that and that transition, and that's kind of like when we started moving more into this pop direction. Before we were like very funky, very rocky, but I think that's an important part of our journey and something I thought would be.
Yes, our sound is all over the place.
Yeah.
It's
If you can already tell.
It's garbage. No, I'm sorry.
well after that was
No, it's not.
again, man. That was a rough intro. It's okay.
It does sound kind of unique, you know, to the.
That's what you say when it's bad.
Then the other bands that we've had on the show and everything,
Thank
it's not too generic or anything like
Thank
that.
you.
It does
Appreciate
have
that,
a
man.
different.
It kind of feels like, you know, when your kid makes like macaroni art, you're like, it's unique. It's not bad.
Hey,
I got fucking Pablo Picasso over here.
Just to be sure, stop pointing your mic up like
I'm
this.
sorry.
But what you call you guys have been the most energetic band that we've had in
Aw.
here.
Very good.
At least you know, like
At least we got
walking
that.
around, almost falling on that amp.
You know,
That's
one
every
of the most
show.
energetic.
It's a vibe.
it's just like.
See him on stage.
That's
It's
from our
like-
lovely man, Chris over there.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
It's like when you play shows, everybody's nervous. Like the audience is like, "Oh man, are they gonna suck? Like, do I dance? What do I do?"
Yeah.
So if you just like let go and be wild, then everyone else. Sometimes I've gone way too crazy. Like we did this. This is going on tangent, but we
Yep.
did this audition, and like
Oh,
I
it was
went crazy. I jumped off an amp. The amp fell. I fell on the floor, and I was just running around screaming.
For a little more
Yeah.
context,
I still remember.
we were auditioning for a school's music festival. The audition was in a classroom. We go full-blown guitar amps, drum kit. Flynn is jumping around, screaming on the floor. And afterwards, the look on their face.
Everybody sitting there was just like, they were like genuinely scared for me, and I was like, oh boy,
We are too.
we missed our mark.
And no, we didn't get it.
Well, other than like, what was it that you guys introduced you guys as all kids? How about names? Because you're like this kid,
Yeah, yeah.
this kid.
Oh,
hit
true.
it.
But those are our names.
So,
All right, kid.
My name is Andrew, aka Drew Drums.
All right, I get it. Jew drums.
My name is Nathan.
That's it.
AKA
Nathan.
Mr.
Nathan.
Sarcasm.
Yeah.
What'd you
Dr. Sarcasm.
My name's Nathan. Life's good.
About it. That's about it.
Close up on that shirt.
Oh, you the best for last. Oh.
Fine, my name is
Oh,
Flynn.
the
Fuck
cool
off,
kid.
Ryan.
Okay, my name is Ryan, and I try to do stuff, but it doesn't always hit.
All right, Ryan Golf.
That's better than my last name anyway.
Now I'm Flynn.
Flynn.
They call me Cotton Candy Hair Boy.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Nobody
like-
calls him that.
Is it cotton candy?
Two people on the internet call me
I call him
that.
Dad.
Yeah.
Call you dad?
He raised me.
I'm like the dad of the.
He
You're
found me in the
dad.
forest.
Okay.
Alright,
Raised by wolves.
Let's not get too deep.
Just
All
Flynn.
right. Well, how about you show us that little mixture you guys got going on? Going to the next song.
That's for the next song. Okay, what's the
All
next
right,
song?
Yeah, next song.
This next one is the next one is a throwback off a single off our last EP, Bottled Up. I don't know if anybody's in the live stream, but
Pretty straightforward.
that's too crunchy.
I'm slipping right down to my soul. I hope I'll make you happy, dear. That's your my voice all along. Whoa, I'm torn between what's wrong and right. How the fuck am I supposed to know? Watching you sleep at night if I go and hold you tight. But my mama won't let me out the door. Oh, I know you think that I've lost my shit, and well, baby, I think so. Whoa, I'm all alone. Hope you never go, 'cause my heart's not meant for one. I bet you an angel right here in my text, so hopefully you can finally rest. I know I'm not Superman, I hope you don't give a damn that I'm not as well proportioned. It's 'cause my heart's too shit and my head's kinda big, but my arms are perfect support.
Lighters up.
Oh,
I didn't
just
like
so
that
you
one.
guys know, you guys have an audience within an audience. Audience section over here. Look at that. Oh, wait to the camera. Live.
I did.
Live set. All right, everyone clap. All right, stop. Stop.
You gotta hit the one clap, everybody at once. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
All right, that's where the video starts.
Please.
What was it? So, what's your guys' influences besides, was it jelly, English muffin, or a spark blunt, or hot cocoa on a cloudy day? What's your
Oh.
guys' influences?
Well, definitely hot
Musically.
cocoa on a cloudy day, but we're all very different.
Let's let Drew kick it off.
All right.
My personal influence is Rush is highly responsible for my musical inspirations, as well as getting into like old school hip hop and even like new school trap, getting into bossa nova, like just mixing a ton of genres and trying to see what I could come up with and create my own personality, expressing through the drums.
It does sound pretty unique.
I don't listen to music. I just listen to the tape recordings of Flynn breathing, and that inspires me every day.
That's nice. I like
No, okay. Honestly, my music taste is all over the place. I grew up really with like my father's music, with a lot of classic rock and hard rock, and then through middle school, you know, you try to be different, find yourself, and then everybody hit that dubstep phase, and then I hit a really big like dub reggae phase, and then after that, I kind of fell into a hip hop hole, and I really enjoyed digging into all the different genres that there are that could be called hip hop, because you got people that do not sound the same. You
What
got the jazzy stuff, the dark stuff.
What kind of classic rock are you referring?
When in
What
terms
other
of
bands?
like classic rock, well, in third grade, my favorite song was "Welcome to the Jungle," like Guns N' Roses. But that like
Are you
shifted.
talking about the Jumanji theme song?
Whoa, I've never even seen that.
No.
I refuse to acknowledge that movie exists because Robin Williams did it better and I think he was the first and that's just it. But no, and then so that really shifted into like bands like Styx and Kansas and you know, all that like dad rock. Yeah, and then
Now it's just Dust in the Wind.
no, it's not Dust in the Wind. I mean, I still go back to it, man. You know, I still go back to everything. My music taste is all over the place. I enjoy acoustic stuff. I enjoy metal stuff. I enjoy folk stuff. I enjoy classical stuff. I enjoy jazzy stuff. I enjoy Nathan's stuff the most. Nathan, why don't you make me stop talking right now?
I'm kind of with Ryan. Like, when I grew up, I was sort of in that classic rock phase, but I guess I never left. So I listened to like my favorite musicians are like Dylan, the Grateful Dead, and so I try to incorporate some of that chaos into this. So if you can't, it's definitely working. If you can't tell.
If you can't tell, I am the pop person in the group. I like listen to a lot of pop music. That's like what I like to listen to, and that's like I think the most influence I bring is like I always like when I was younger I would like always listen to like One Direction and like 1975 and like these like super pop bands, and like I would always I like dream of having like the perfect boy band voice. I think I'm like really close, so that's like
You
cool.
can't say that.
What?
If you say it, then like it just sets you back. Like now, like you know, you may be close, but since you acknowledge
no,
it,
I
you
mean,
may
like,
be close.
my voice has dropped like 5.
You're gonna
Oh,
get-
that's what you mean.
You're gonna get picked up by Disney in a bit. Watch.
Thank you. It's like no, but like yeah, I think like the bands that like really like first inspired me to like start making music were like the 975, 21 Pilots. I like totally am blanking.
I know, me
But
too,
that's,
dude. It was
like-
so hard.
That's
No,
like the
yeah,
pop
yeah.
stuff. I don't really listen to them that much anymore. Lately, I like hate on bedroom pop a lot, but like I've been listening to that stuff a lot. And I'm taking like a history of rock and roll class right now, so like they've all like really pushed me musically. So I do like listen to like I've like drawn a lot of inspiration from like the Beatles lately and like other like old school rock people in there.
If
It's
you
really
guys could
helpful.
say that your guys' sound comes together as a band, what artist or like band can you like relate to?
I think it's pretty much just exclusively Death Grips. I say that's what they're most like. The whole vibe. That's what we're closest to.
All right.
I don't know. I, like,
No.
I think about that a lot because like people are like, oh, like what genre are you? And I'm like, we like say pop rock, but I don't even know if that like really fits.
What's rock anymore?
Yeah.
Seriously. All right. Well, in that case, show us what rock is then.
Oh God.
We're gonna play a not rock song.
You don't have to ask
I'll
us
show you what-
twice.
What are we playing? Oh, that's a good one. What up, buddy? No, he doesn't have the sticks for me to do the Tom thing. Really? Does that work? I'm gonna do that. Okay, we got it.
I think that they have sticks at the front, but I don't know if we're trying to like do
No,
that.
it's too much time.
I think my main gift in life was being able to ride on my twisted, sick feelings out. Instead of starting a commotion, the ocean is my favorite place to look right now. What's underneath all the green, the blues, the hues? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? The only thing I can fight in this suit, what am I to do? I've got no friends to lose. I'm writing overused lyrics in hopes that you finish them real. I'm sorry that I keep losing my mind. What you expect to find, barely keeping it together. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Take it away, Nathan. My mind is a disaster. If I should only think faster, and maybe I'd master the art of bottling up in this canister, just like other people do. But maybe not the same as you. 'Cause I'm fighting and vibing with different blues as you. Oh, I'm sorry for the complaining. I think I'm hesitant, while imitating the kind of artist I'm reciprocating. I'm just stuck in the same melody. Somebody should rescue me. Me and my ukulele is a blind sanity. The only thing I can fight in is you. What am I to do? I've got no friends to lose. I'm writing overused lyrics in no session. Finish 'em. I'm sorry that I keep losing my mind. Won't you expect to find I'm barely keeping it to get through? I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Left to blues and writing overused lyrics in notes that should finish on me off. I'm sorry that I keep losing my mind. Would you expect to find a baby keeping it to get through? I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
This is rough, man. Does this sound okay to you? I mean, I know I'm not supposed to say it, but I'm feeling it. Let's be honest.
I guess so.
He's the we don't know who that guy is.
Where am I?
Okay. So what's the name of that song that you guys just played?
It's called Under the Weather.
Under the Weather. What's the writing what's one of the lyrics in there that hits deep? It's supposed to hit deep.
I like the chorus. It's like it says the only thing I confide in is you. What am I to do? I've got no friends left to lose. I'm writing overused lyrics in hopes that you'd finish me off. I don't even remember why I was such a sad boy when I wrote this, but I was.
Yeah, the song's about being under the weather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Feeling
pretty
blue.
much. And then there's like a lyric in the second verse where it says,
Does he know his song?
yeah, I go, I'm sorry for the complaining. I think I'm hesitating while imitating the kind of artist I'm reciprocating. That's like one of
I'm
my
just stuck in the
favorite
same
lyrics.
melody. Somebody come rescue me. Me and my ukulele.
I broke my. We used to like do all these songs like a ukulele.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I broke it, so now I can't.
Bigger and better things.
Yeah.
So what was the writing process behind that? Like, how long did that take, and what was the purpose behind it?
Like our first EP that we put out, it was like mostly just stuff that I had like written in my bedroom, and then I brought to them and we like fully fleshed them out into songs. But as we like move forward, we want to start writing as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start working more on that, and just like coming up. Everyone comes up with like their own melodies and lyrics, and we somehow try to like piece them all together.
Yeah, like so basically most of our music process. So Flynn right here, he's not gonna say it, but I'm gonna put him on blast. We gotta gas you up a little bit. He's a creative machine. Flynn's the kind of person who feels like he should have done everything yesterday. Like he's already too late. He needs to do it now. And he usually will come to us with the concept of a song, the lyrics, the chord progression, and then what the final product turns out to be is all of our own flavors on top of it. And it doesn't sound almost anything like he originally wrote. But it sounds good, I think.
Is that
Yeah, it works for us.
all right? So it's like more of a consistent kind of thing, no stops or anything. Like, do you guys ever fall into like some kind of like writer's block or like some kind of like creative like stop where you guys have to like separate in your guys' individual and come to your guys' like this is where I'm gonna like create this thing. This is what it's gonna sound like, and then from there you guys come together and produce this art.
I think like mainly that depends on how busy we are, because lately we've been working on recording and trying to get back into playing shows, but like there's a period where we're gonna all kind of get back to our own things, and I think that's when we want to like get back together and try to tap into that creativity when we're not busy playing the songs we're playing, because we're going to kind of get stuck into playing the songs we're playing and writing things that are like what we're playing. And so I guess when we're going to try to get more into the writing part and teasing more of that out after this next wave of all the stuff that we're doing,
So your personal lives do get in the way of like a lot of.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like our schedules are wild, but like even when we meet up as a band, it's like
Into the mic.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know.
How do you guys juggle that? Like your guys' timing to like meet up. And
A lot of
like,
crying.
A lot of crying.
Hard.
Why don't you see me?
It's more so like Flynn's like, we're done. This is it. This is it. It's gone. We missed our chance.
Yeah, I push really hard. Like I push way well past what our capacities are, and then they're just like, whoa, 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 buddy.
But then we wouldn't get anything done if he didn't push.
Yeah.
I just
So-
like my mindset is like, there's never a convenient time to do anything, so might as well just do it now.
So you're more like the motivator behind the thing, and then everyone,
I just have no patience.
Well,
Yeah.
Drew's been
Definitely.
Drew's been all music his whole life. I mean, talk about
Wait, what'd you say?
how you feel about juggling your personal life and music.
I mean, it's definitely hard, especially when life happens, because shit happens, And there's times where sometimes you might feel like, oh, well, I don't feel like I have time for this, but you just don't really feel like doing it. Is
Can you
what's
kind
the
of
case, I
elaborate
feel
on
like.
that? Like kind of like get into like a.
Like life experiences, like life-changing events, like something happening within your family, or even something great like that happens, like a great event happened for you, and that's life-changing, but in a great way for
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean? And it all infuses into band one way or the other, and music as a whole, I feel like.
And you guys try to project whatever experiences that you guys go through into your writing. and
Yes.
Your music.
Yeah, but Flynn is also like another big part about this is Flynn wants our music to be an outlet for a lot of people. His lyrics are very relatable regardless of whatever type of identity you identify as, because just the basic trials of growing up and trying to find love and keep it and trying to figure out life, I think, are all universal messages.
Would you like to go into a little bit more detail out there for the audience, or?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much where my heart came from in pursuing music is, like, I've always, like, wanted, very cheesily, I've always, like, wanted to, like, make a difference and, like, do something that actually, like, changed something and made that better. And so, like, as I, like, started, like, I first came out as, like, lesbian, and then later as I came out as trans, I, like, realized there's this whole community of, like, queer people who, like, have nothing, have no role models to look up to, no family that loves them, no resources, no nothing. And like as we started like working harder on social media and like putting ourselves out there, like we found a lot of that community. And so like it's really important for me and I think us as a group to like be there for those people and make music that's like this is like for you. Obviously it's for everybody.
Yes, yes.
But for me it's like the lyrics, like you don't really hear trans artists writing about that like in mainstream pop.
You're
Like
trying to be a supportive voice.
yeah,
Yeah.
like even people that are trans and are out there, you never know because they don't show it because they'd rather just pass and not have to deal with it. So like I want to like change that and like since there's a time where I couldn't be vocal about it and now I want to be vocal about it for those who can't be now. It's like but we all have like our different reasons for why we want this to be successful,
Mhm.
and why we want. That's like my personal
Your personal.
little motivator, and that's why I like push so hard because like
It's
I know
important.
we have to work 4 times as hard as everybody else because of like the fact that I'm trans, like because the fact that we're like not all white men, and that's like
Mhm.
it's just like that's facts. Like you don't look at like who the mainstream celebrities are right now, and they don't look like us.
Yeah.
So that's just that's where I'm coming from. Just trying to make some
All
small
right.
changes.
And anyone else's inspiration behind this band?
Um, I guess I could hit it. Nathan, you want to hit it?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, basically, I used to be the kind of person who was very anti-politics, just because I feel like if you have to choose the lesser of two evils, why choose it all, you know?
Mhm.
But Flynn really helped me understand that it was important to have a voice and it was important to participate because a lot of people aren't fortunate enough to actually be able to participate. So it's really not okay for me to just stand by. And I really have come to terms with like the amount of work this world needs and we're willing to take it on. But it's also playing music on stage with my friends is just probably the best existence I could ever imagine. I can't sit there. If you see the way you saw me before this interview. I can't sit down at a desk from a 9 to 5. I just can't. I would like to create. I just would like to make things.
Mm. And then what was it? My partner Chris over there would like to ask. Would you like to ask some questions? I don't know. I'm asking you. You're over there.
Or Nathan and Drew could hit that
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, Drew, if you want to go ahead.
All right, so basically for me, music pretty much shifted my whole life.
Mhm.
I've been playing music since I was 15. I'm 20 now, and there's this like I remember the first day I got my kit, and there's this one scenario. I remember I was playing a Foo Fighters song, and it was called "The Pretender," and like it hit towards the bridge, you know, and it comes up and it gets back into the chorus, and like in my head I heard like thousands of people screaming, and like I felt a crazy amount of energy, like. And after I had finished playing that, like I was just so inspired to just to pursue it as a passion. That's when I knew I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do in this, and I'm going to do it one way or the other. So,
Mhm.
and I want to inspire other people to do that because
You know, just before we. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't mention it because they were giving a sarcastic answer, which is usually my job. But I'm not the original bass player of this band. I found them maybe a year ago, a little bit less than that, maybe.
Wolf Woodcock's
6
toy
months.
fundraiser.
Through
Yeah.
Tinder.
through through Craigslist.
Craigslist. All right.
Found him in the back of an alley.
Yeah, and like when I first joined, they had already been a band. I had already seen them play with their original bass player, who's also named Nathan, and
Not on purpose.
and like what struck me about them is like they have such a genuine connection with music and the way that it moves people, you know, and because like from hearing all their answers, it's like really clear to me that music has a unique ability to like give someone who doesn't have like a voice, you know, people associate with music, and like that and like the feeling you get playing music is really unique. And so I just saw them like the way they fit together, and like I felt like I could contribute to that, and so I think I can.
And
I
he
think I'm
has.
doing it. So yeah.
What was it? So going to that, it was also like your guys' recording process. You know, what's that like? The timing and that, like, you know, you guys are all talking about your personal and
Oh
timing.
my god.
recording.
All right, well, I just want to shout out real quick Rob from the NARS. He is a good friend of ours, a very talented musician. He was the one who took us into his home, which is an hour away from us, like past Anaheim. And we were in there in his garage that was very hot. And we had his really cute dog named Kiwi with us. And we busted it out as well as we could.
It took us 4 months
Jesus.
to track 6 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, money and time and
we're very
We're
picky.
working with Rob's
Yeah.
time. You know, like we had to work around everybody.
What'd you say, Drew?
And we're very picky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like
are.
Very
yeah.
But also,
We're very busy.
It's important to us. Like we treat this like it's like a career. Like we've already been successful because I think we all feel that that's the way we'll get there.
Mhm.
It's like we never want to put out something that's half-assed, which sometimes means we work something too much and then we like just grow too frustrated. Because like towards the end, we had been working on this project for so long. I heard these songs a million times, and I was just like losing it. And I was like, so.
I think a couple songs off the EP we've been playing for almost a year before we even got into the recording studio with them. But the main reason why they take so long is because we actually don't know what we're gonna do in the studio before we get there.
Yeah.
The songs always take on a new life. Like, let's say Nathan's got a little idea, Flynn or anybody's got a little idea. We'll try it out. And then the final product is not what we were planning on coming out with. But usually it's better.
Yeah.
Usually.
We're like, I think we're fairly new to like recording as a group, but we definitely learned a lot the last time we were in the studio. So I think it'll just get easier and easier from here. Like our first session, we spent a whole day tracking one song.
8 hours.
And we deleted
and then
it,
we,
didn't we?
yep,
Yeah.
and then we didn't even use it. So yeah.
So then I guess what was it? This would be like last two questions, right? It goes into Jesus, I just forgot.
Happens.
What was it? It goes into what was it? Your personal life as a what was it? Juggling this as an like you guys recording like it takes a while and 4 months and everything. How you guys said, creative wise and career wise, how does it conflict, right, with each other when it comes down to recording? You know, because I know you guys are artists. You guys creativity is like your guys' thing, right? But at the same time, when it comes down to putting down, you know, the work and getting it done, you know, it kind of does conflict with one another. And I want to know, like, how does that work? And at the same time, the last one would be, what advice would you have to give to other artists that find themselves in your guys' position, right? Or in your guys' place, you know, as individuals or as, you know, artists such as you guys?
Well, let's tackle one at a time. So
Yeah, the first thing I want to say about what you said about like having to juggle things, that's like another reason that I am so like proud of these guys, because when you're like, you know, anywhere between when you're living with your parents, when you're like 16, 17, you know, when you're a teenager, they're not going to like say, you know, hey mom and dad, I don't want to be this or that, like I want to be in a band. They're going to be like, okay, you know, get in line with everybody else, or, you know. But I think that what Flynn said and what really resonated with me is the way that these guys carry themselves. I guess it includes me now.
I was about to say, but we.
Yeah. Like, we treat everything with all of we kind of come at it like full force, and that's like something that I think that is unique about us working together, is that like we all know that we have other lives. You know, we go to school, we have work, we have jobs, we have, you know, things we have to do, but like we know that where our hearts lies with music, and we're willing to like go all out with that, even if it means we have to suffer a little bit. So
There's a lot of suffering.
there's a lot of suffering.
But addressing specifically what you said about creativity versus like execution, we battle with that constantly, because we would love to have all the time in the world, but the fact of the matter is, it's been how long since our last EP, and how much different do we sound just across the board? So it gets to a point where you're like, wow, we need people to know what we sound like now, not like 2 years ago. And it's just this really tough battle between being happy with the final product and making people happy with having a product.
When this comes out, we're gonna have like a totally different sound.
Yeah, we're eventually, you know, we're just gonna be a DJ group. We're all gonna
DJ polka group.
And then Andrew,
We're gonna be Foley artists.
I see you back there wanting to say something. I saw you leaning over to the mic, but
You know, when you love what you do, you're gonna find a way to do it.
yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
And then the last one would be words of inspiration to other artists that find themselves.
I guess in terms of like scheduling, this is like super technical, but like what we've done is we like set a weekly schedule that we try to hit, and then with shows we'll like pepper other things in. But like we pretty much have like we'll do like 5 to 8 hours like on certain days, and those are just like our practice days, because like most of us are full-time students and we work full-time, and like we all have girlfriends, and girlfriends take up a lot of time because we love them. Yeah, and so it's been, that's something we've struggled with a lot, like finding balance between times and stuff, and like we've had to have like a lot of sit-down conversations and be like, is this what we want? Is this what we want? And then like after every conversation, everyone's like, yes, like this is what we want. But yeah, scheduling is really hard. I don't.
So if scheduling's really hard, what's something that you could say to someone to find it easy out there?
Pretty much like what we tell each other when we're like, oh, we have like something else to do. Like maybe this practice isn't the best time. It's like we just have to like come back to the fact that like, what are your priorities and like what do you want to do as a career, and like maybe like Ryan is in a position right now where he might like lose his job because of how much he's dedicating to this, and then it's like that's a really hard
It
thing.
happens. But you know, I would sacrifice my leg or my arm for this band. Preferably my legs. I could still play. Yeah. I would cut off either one. Pick one for this band. But in terms of like you said, like for bands in our position, I think the most important thing is to really find yourself. Don't be worrying about trying to sound like another band, or don't be worrying about trying to follow what everybody else is doing or hop on a trend. Have fun with what you're doing because that's very important, and don't stop ever, ever.
I think making sure that all the bandmates in the band want the same thing is really important, because we've had experiences where we've had other people in the band and what they wanted as an outcome for the band was not the same thing as everybody else wanted. So making sure that everybody has the same end goal, because otherwise it will like never work out.
Yeah.
And if you as a band only want to like play for fun and like just do it on the weekends, then like make sure the whole band wants that, because that's like what I feel like breaks bands apart the most.
Yeah. So
And make sure that it's fun, because when it's not, that's something I struggle with. I get really intense about this, and I like freak out, and I like get very upset, and it makes it not fun, and it like ruins it. And then I have to think like, why do a lot of bands not make it? Is because when money gets involved, when things get more complicated, people stop having fun and loving what they used to love. So staying rooted in like that this is like a passion and something you love, and staying true to that, and like using that as like your compass as you navigate through all the other bullshit.
So basically,
I wanna kind of get into that. Eric, do we have enough time?
I was gonna say a cute little line.
I want to
First,
say
hold up,
something
hold
real
up.
quick.
Do we have enough time? All right, cool. So, I want to get into that part where you were saying when money gets involved and more seriousness in your guys' time and everything, because you just said you're on the point of you might lose your job.
Maybe.
You got
Maybe.
back there, Andrew. You said you got a kid.
Oh,
Wait, I heard kid.
No.
Oh, never mind. Dang.
Pause.
I tuned out.
Don't jinx it, bro.
Whoa!
Cut that.
I don't have it.
Cut. Bleep it out. Fuck.
The only kid I have is my dog.
Rewind.
His dog is his son.
He has a dog. Never mind.
I said the only kid I have is
Technically,
my
it's his
daughter.
kid.
Yeah.
Can we just stop?
But-
Just get away from that.
Anyways, scratch that then. When it comes down to responsibility, right? Your responsibilities in your personal lives and everything, and money and trying to get this further than what it is as just some project. How do you guys like come together in that? Because I'm pretty sure sometimes at some point you guys do have like, dude, this is my life right now. I'm going through this crap, and I like, and I'm pretty sure a lot of bands go through that. And like you were saying, sometimes bands they can't find, or artists out there, they can't find their point in life where it's like, do I want to do this as a hobby or this is my career? So in that case, as you guys as a unit all together, what is it that you guys could project and say like, these were our struggles, but at the same time, we are here at this moment and we're still creating art and we're still trying to push towards something, what we want all together.
Okay, let's see if we're unified. Ready? Hobby or career?
No.
One,
Flint's thing that he's always telling us, which is very true, is that there is never the right time. So just do it.
Joe, you had something to say?
It's just something going back to the. I'd like to share something a mentor of mine shared with me, and
Okay.
he's actually the drummer for Marilyn Manson, and he said to me, "Do not get discouraged because no one has the same path as you." And I think that goes all around to musicianship as a band and overall in life, because sometimes like you'll see people be up there, getting famous and everything, and sometimes you'll envy it because you want it too, and you're working hard. You're like, why is he there and why am I not there? But don't worry about that because you're your own person. You're individual, and you're unique, and you're going to have your own path, and you're going to influence your own people.
Damn.
Jazzy.
In that case, I guess that's a way to close it off.
our way out of the rest of our songs?
No, this is where we're gonna close it off. Thank you, Drew, for those last words of inspiration.
Thank you, Drew.
You've been tuned into In the Valley,
No,
and the Blank Minds are gonna take us away with their last song. Thank you and peace.
all right, Drew,
Chris's
hit
line.
it. This song's called Truck. Because when we first started writing, we were 16, and I was like, we can't name a song fuck, so we named it Truck.
Did you just say the F word?
Wait a minute, that's a bad word.
Yeah, no.
Cut it.
All right, everybody, welcome Ryan Silver to the stage. You've always said you loved the moon more than you'd ever love me. My heart was a raging ocean that you never could reach. But darling, we should be everything. But I went and I messed it up because you always bad. I'm now falling for a new line of a new heart and a new heart and a new name. Oh, I said I'm singing the words 'cause I don't know what else to say. And I hope that you're happy and that you've finally moved on. In a few years I'll be stuck here singing this same old broken song about a new girl who has to piece me back together. 'Cause well, I'm addicted to a different broken pattern of love. Of love. I said I'm falling for a new heart, a new man. A new heart and a new man. A new heart and a new man. I'm singing the words 'cause I don't know what else to say. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you had a good time listening to this. Thank you to In the 818 Valley. They're dope. Check them out. Be sure to follow them. Give them some more love. Alright. We're going to try to go out with a bang. So I hope that you dance in your living room or in your car or wherever you're listening to this. And I hope that you have a great day because you deserve it. Here we go.
We did it! We tried, man. It was. Oh, well, they don't know that. The video doesn't know that. That was the end of the video, but we're gonna do one more song.